Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is taking us to another roller coaster ride, which is verse 5. It is about, I gave the title for this session is the highest placement. The highest placement. People wants to get placed in good position, good job, good business. People generally say settlement. I have to be settled financially. But the financial settlement will really give the complete happiness. Last sloka or last verse only we saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused to have money for sake of enjoying. But for sake of money, Krishna-centric way we can spend it. That is called Yukta Vairagya. We can get money and to spend for Krishna. That way it is very, very useful. But if not that way, it does not happen, means then we are completely lost in this material world. Okay, so the placement, highest placement. So we'll understand what is that highest placement. Before starting our session, we pay our most humble obeisances to A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Because of him, we are able to discuss all this wonderful instruction from Chaitanya Charitamrita, from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Since he translated in English, we are learning and reading every day and practicing in this wonderful movement called ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So we have to be grateful and have gratitude attitude towards Srila Prabhupada, life after life, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in the last verse. Okay? Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Am I audible? So, we are discussing about Siksastakam. In this regard, I want to share one small Prabhupada's Leela Amrita, pastimes of Prabhupada, which is in line with this highest placement. So once Prabhupada is traveling to country after countries, preaching all over the world, and he brought many foreign disciples in the picture, and they are doing very nicely. So, but foreign people, this is new for them. Right, completely new for them. What is this? People are chanting Hare Krishna on the roadside and they are just disturbing the crowd and it's very difficult to manage these people, and these people are changing their religion and many things they are thinking. So in one research journal, always Prabhupada, they approach and they give, trying to get his news about his movement, about the things. Like, he is a journalist. So journalist is always going to the Prabhupada and asking about the movement, about Prabhupada, about the activities, what they're doing, all this stuff. Okay. So screen is shared now?
No, Prabhu.
Okay, it will come. I'll put some mantra. Jivumba. Okay. So, in that sense, one of the meeting of addressing the crowd after the session, the news reporter came to Prabhupada and asked what is Prabhupada's mood and mission and things about Prabhupada movement. So that time what happened? the reporter came to the Prabhupada and asked, Swamiji, you people are just doing Harinam Sankirtan, the roadside. I don't think you don't have any purpose, and I am seeing that you don't have any job. You people are not working, simply dancing and chanting. So this is your movement is all about? Like that, with the to poke Prabhupada's this thing, they started asking these kind of questions. So provoke Prabhupada. So this is a normal journalist habit. So they do that. So in that sense, if the question was asked to Prabhupada, you know what Prabhupada answered? Prabhupada answered that, first of all, how many hours you are working? We are working 24 into 7. We don't have any leave on Sundays, holidays. For you, at least you have holidays. For us, 24 into 7, we are working. I am at the age of 70, I am traveling all over the world and doing my job. I don't think you will do that in your age of 70. So, still you are thinking that we are not working? We are working more than you. Prabhupada's confident, Prabhupada's attitude towards addressing question is mass. You cannot beat him by asking such non-parliamental questions kind of things. Prabhupada is always in the top position to answer, and he has the answer also. So, in that note, I want to start this thing, because Prabhupada wants to place every conditioned soul to their position. So this is I'm trying to say the highest position, highest placement. So Prabhupada knows this product where should place properly. The only Prabhupada knows, Acharya knows how to keep us in a proper place. So he did that for us. That's what we are sitting and discussing about the Siksastakam prayers on Tuesday evening at this time, when people are scrolling the mobile and we are discussing about Siksastakam prayers, the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for us, the conditioned souls.
Progress.
Okay. Now screen is start. So this is how the reporter provoked, and Prabhupada gave left and right answer to him. Okay. So Prabhupada has the full-time 100% placement for us. So don't worry. Sometimes we not placed in the proper company, not placed in the proper this thing, what we do. No, Prabhupada has placement, 100% placement. He only need our dedication and commitment. Okay, with that note, we will dive into the sloka. Before that, I want to give this is my way of giving things. That placement is the word from the place. Okay, place means in Latin word, it's a Greek word, platia. The platia means the open space. It's an open space. Placement is something that it takes you to the open space. Means you can widen your knowledge, widen your vision, and you can be settled in a nice, open, broader, wider space. That is what it is mean. So, what this sloka is going to give about that place, we will see. Okay? So, the whole sloka is about place. Don't forget, I'll ask in the last. So, welcome to Shri Shikshashtakam by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shikshashtakam ki Jai. So verse 5 we are entering. So I'll chant. Please chant after me. Please unmute yourself. Verse 5. Ayi nanda-tanuja kiṅkaraṁ
nanda-tanuja kiṅkaraṁ
patitaṁ viṣame bhavāmbudhau
patitaṁ viṣame bhavāmbudhau
kṛpayā tava pāda-paṅkaja
kṛpayā tava pāda-paṅkaja
stitadhūli sadrisham vichintaya.
stitadhūli sadrisham vichintaya.
Okay, thank you, Lakit Prabhu, for repeating after me. So we'll go by one, word to word meaning. The first line of this fifth verse is telling, Ayi nanda-tanuja kiṅkaraṁ. So it's telling, I means myself. I, similar. So he's telling that Ayi nanda-tanuja, I am the kiṅkara. Kiṅkara means servant. Kiṅkara means is a servant. Sanskrit it is a servant. So whose servant is a matter here? Nanda-tanuja. I am servant of whom? Nanda-tanuja, the son of Nanda Mahārāja. Who is the son of Nanda Mahārāja? Is none other than Lord Krishna. He is not addressing Krishna as a Devaki Nandan. He is not addressing that Vasudeva Sudha, Vasudeva's son, Devaki's son. Not even says Yashoda's son. But here it is very clearly says Nanda-tanuja. There is a meaning in that. Why this sloka is telling Nanda-tanuja instead of saying Devaki Nandan, Devaki Tanuja, Vasudeva Tanuja? Because Nanda Mahārāja is a very pious king, and Krishna also actually he is a king for Gokula, for Vrindavan, for Mathura and Dwaraka. He is a king. So the master, for master only servants will be there. Okay, for masters only servants will be there. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in that much elevated position. He is Sakshat Krishna himself. Why do you want to be a servant? His servant is any good position generally. If you are working for a big company, for example, XYZ company, it is a very famous company. You are working in Google. If you are working in some big company, you can name it Bosch, you can name it Infosys, if you name it Wipro or whatever. The Tata, Apple, iPhone, whatever you can do. But have you ever feel happy about that? I am servant of so and so company. Are you having feeling that I am very happy about I am a servant of this organization? Generally no, right? We can just keep ourselves as an employee of the company, but actually we are servant of the company. More than a servant, many companies treated employees as slaves. So we are more than a servant, we are slaves of that organization. It's not every company, but this is happening, going on everywhere, right? So when this is happening, how can one address himself as a servant. If in this case, if you see this picture, when this Britisher ruled in our India, what Indians do? They made voluntarily, they put dominatedly, they made all Indians as a servant. Do see what this Indian is doing for the foreigner. Right? So, he wants to make Indians as a slaves. So, because of that only, he left Macaulay education system, which we are successfully paying lakhs and lakhs of rupees and going and spending our time to learn how to be a slave, how to be a servant. But our education system, Vedic education system, it teaches us how to live as a owner, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur. But what this is the education system, how to become a greatest servant of so and so greatest company. If you are serving to the another person, they will only get benefit because you are servant. Servant is paid for, as a penny, but the owner of the organization will get in lump. So being servant is not a very great thing in this material world. That is what I am trying to say. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, I am your servant. Because if you want to at all become a servant of the Supreme Master for all masters, Supreme Owner of all. You just imagine the whole world created by the Brahma who is servant of Krishna. That person himself is a servant of Krishna. Then you have a chance to serve the Lord. That Lord, then why can't we? So being a servant also, you have a greatest position, which serve Krishna. That is what he is happily putting himself as a servant of the Nanda Mahārāja. Because Nanda Mahārāja is a very nice, pious king. By his thing, Krishna also become a very wonderful king. Mathura, Pati, Dwaraka, Dish. So all these things, Krishna's ruling capacity, we can see how he take care of their prajas. Okay? So, nanda-tanuja kiṅkaraṁ. Being servant in this material world is not a very great thing. We will work for the company and they will pay some money. And it's like a devotee always that work hard to go to heaven. That is how we are doing. We are working hard to get reading, studying, getting job. For what? Working hard to it leads to hell. But are we working hard to reach to heaven at least? No. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given a chance to go to Krishna Loka, Goloka, Vrindavan, Vaikuntha. That opportunity is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving for us. That is what we are reading. So, nanda-tanuja kiṅkaraṁ, the servant of Krishna is not a cheap thing. It is a wonderful, eternal, constitutional position of any jiva who is part and parcel of Krishna. So, servant, jivera swarupa hoi, Krishnera nitya das. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, Krishna Kaviraj Goswami saying, Chaitanya Charitamrita, that jiva's eternal position is to be a servant of Krishna. Jivera swarupa hoi, Krishnera nitya das. He is not simple das, he is nitya das. Always, eternally serving Krishna. That is his position. If you are not serving Krishna, you can serve like this only. And you will feel very bad about your servant relation. Because you are not having any proud of serving Krishna. Serving Krishna is a real proud moment for everyone. Because that is your position. But You are just replacing Krishna and putting somebody and serving. Serving you, serving your mind, serving your intelligence, serving your false ego, serving your false prestige, serving you, serving your family, serving your society, serving your community, serving the country, but not serving Krishna. So that is a very bad situation for us. So, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, I can be addressed as your servant, O nanda-tanuja, O Krishna. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood here. So, real servant of Krishna will never feel bad about his servant nature because he is serving the Supreme Master. He is not Chota Mota Master. He is serving the Supreme Master. So, that servant, that servitor nature of the soul will never give you sadness. You see in the picture, people are serving Krishna. Whatever foodstuff they brought, they all served Krishna and eating together. So serving Krishna is actually bliss. Serving Krishna is actually blissful moment. But where we are having really feeling at least happiness when we are serving the company, serving the family, serving the that, this. We are not, it's completely end up with sorrow, lamentation. This only is happening. But being a servant of Krishna is our real nature. That is what the first line says. The second line, first he is addressing his own constitutional position as a servant of nanda-tanuja. The second line, what it says, means patitaṁ viṣame bhavāmbudhau. Telling, that is my position, the servant of you. But where I am now is, I am somehow fallen. Somehow fallen. Where I fallen? Patita means fallen. Mam means me. Viṣame means it's a poisonous. The poisonous. Where? Bhavāmbudhau, this material ocean, the material world. 3 kleshas, 4 defects. This is the design of whole material manifestation. I stuck in that. Especially 3 gunas, tattva, rajas, tamas, completely behind the worldly matters, and I have on my own false prestige to fall. Some or other, Prabhupada is giving a meaning for this Siksastakam. Somehow I fall. This somehow is very significant. Many times we have a question that, how can I fall? I am in Goloka Vrindavan, I may be in Vaikunta. How can I fall from that kind of place? Because Krishna is assuring, Yadgatva na nivartande taddhamam paramam mama. Where the place, if I reach, I cannot come back. How can I come back from that place? Many times this question newcomers, boys, they ask. But the answer is somehow. Answer is very clear. Some or other you fall down. Miss it. Forget it. You missed it. The position of being a servant of Krishna in his own world is your home also. So that's what always Prabhupada says, going back home, back to Godhead. So that is your real home. So it's a completely, you stuck with this material entanglement, stuck in this 3 gunas, 3 kleshas, adhyatmik, adbhadivaudik, adidhaivik, and 3 gunas, sattvam, rajas, tamal, and 4 defects, especially that telling lies, or breaking 4 regulatory principles, commit mistakes, kind of all the stuffs. Okay, so we are stuck in this material world, and now it is not only that we are just roaming in the here only, taking birth after birth, being here. It's a very worst situation. You fall down, viṣame patita, you fall down. But what happened? I'm not thinking to get up also. I am completely stuck and being growing here only. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, here only. Not thinking of how to get out of this cycle of birth and death. That is a worst case scenario for every living conditioned soul. So what can be done for this? That has to be one soul has to think. When you are just taking bodies to enjoy, we are in the karma mark, as I said in the previously. So we are not in the platform of jnana mark. So once you cross from the karma mark, you will be in the jnana mark, that you have a knowledge. You collect the knowledge from spiritual master, you collect from the knowledge from shastras, and you understand things from the sadhus, and you understand about the whole world, how it's functioning. So when we come to that jnana mark, we slowly detach from the material and that entanglement. So when you are in the platform of knowledge, only you will come to know you are just drowning in the material ocean, taking different birth, forgetting our originality, and we are completely having different taglines of me. I am so and so, I am working like this, I have this much money, I am doing this, I am this and that. Okay, we stuck in this old version and we are drowning inside. That's what I said. Work hard for what? Go to hell. But we are working hard in the path of going back to hell, not working hard to going back to Godhead. That is what the point is here. So we should think that patitaṁ mam viṣame bhavāmbudhau. This material ocean is poisonous, because whatever enjoyment I'm enjoying, it finally leads to the sorrow only. Sad only. It makes me sad and dissatisfied at the end of the day. But what I have to do for this, that I don't know, because I am not in the jnana marg. When we are not in jnana marg, then bhakti marg is very far for us. Right? So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for that also is giving solution for us. Because first you should understand this, some or other you fall down. For that you have to work it out. What can be done to go back to Godhead, back to home. That you can understand. See, this somehow is again two places we can read this somehow. One is from the Siksastakam, another one is a famous chanting mantra is our Prashadam honoring mantra. That Mahaprashade Govinda, it's coming in. That Sarira Vidyajal Jodendriya Tahe Kal Jiva Pele Vishaya Sagare. Here also what we are reading, viṣame bhavāmbudhau. There what we are reading, Vishaya Sagare. So there also we fall down, some or other. So if you have the text or the meaning of Sarira Vidyajal mantra and Shikshashtakam anyway I'm teaching now. Both you see, both the places Prabhupada given a meaning of some or other. Some or other I fall by the tongue. So please help me. By eating your prasadam, I will be saved. That is how the prasadam honoring mantra says. Here also, we are, Krishna's, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, some or other I am patitaṁ, I fall down. Once this same question was asked to Nanda Mahārāja, and he just gave an answer that, see, why we fall down if we are in the Goloka Vrindavan? Then it's against Shastric knowledge, this thing, no, injection, no. Shastra says once you go back, you will not come back. But how I fall is the initial stage. Right? These are all how can we understood like that they asked. So the Radhanath Maharaj just replied for him that, see, for example, you are going on the boat. Suddenly what happened? You fall down on the ocean. And that boat has gone somewhere. Okay, the boat which you come, that boat gone. Some another boat is passing and you're just trying to do this thing. If you see the Titanic last climax, and you will imagine they're waiting for the boat to get connected. So the boat is coming towards you, and you are just trying to. They are also willing to help you. That okay, this fellow is drowning in the ocean. We can help karke. The person is putting some life safe jacket or something, the tube to save you. So that time, what you do, you try to catch that life jacket and putting that and climb up the new boat and go to the land, or you will ask while drowning only, why I fall down? I don't know why I fall down. Please tell me how I fall down to the ocean. How I am drowning in this ocean. Please tell me. It is a foolish question, right? This is not a time to ask this question. Your turn now is to, now somehow there people are helping to take you from this material world. So they are helping you. So what you have to do? You have to somehow hold your things and you have to climb up into the boat. You have to safeguard yourself from the material world. Rather, now I don't want to come now. You just tell me how I fall down, how I fell into this ocean. That is a bad question. No use of asking those questions. That's what Prabhupada mentioned. Some or other you fall down. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also here saying, patitaṁ viṣame bhavāmbudhau. Then what is now for us? That was the important question we should ask. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching for that is kṛpayā tava pāda-paṅkaja stitadhūli sadrisham vichintaya. Now I am completely depending on your mercy. Mercy from where? What mercy he is seeking is, I want to take shelter as a dust in your lotus feet. So, kṛpayā, I need your mercy. For what? Tava pada. Tava means you. Your lotus feet. Pāda-paṅkaja, lotus feet. Okay, paṅkaja means lotus. Pada means feet. So, kṛpayā tava pāda-paṅkaja. Stita means always, eternally, or firmly, you can say. Stita. Stita prajna, we say, no? Stitha means strongly taking shelter. How, in what form? He's telling dhuli. Dhuli means a dust. Sadrisham vichintaya. I want to place myself as a dust at your lotus feet eternally, firmly. I seek your mercy. This is the highest placement of the individual soul, conditioned soul. We are just searching the placement from all over the material world, three worlds, upper 7 planets, lower 7 planets, but no planets will give you shelter. But there is one place you will have eternal shelter. That is Krishna's lotus feet. So this is our ultimate shelter. All devotees, they just glorified the lotus feet of Krishna and they want that to place themselves in the lotus feet. because they themselves is having that much qualification, not associating with Krishna. They are feeling so humble and saying that at least I can be a dust in your lotus feet, my life is successful. So this is a peak of humbleness of a devotee. That is how every Gaudiya Vaishnava, every devotee who was taking Krishna as a Supreme Personality of Godhead has to think. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaching that for us. So now, where is your placement? So for that, you need very important thing is called qualification. Simply you cannot go and take shelter in the lotus feet of Krishna, right? You need qualification. That's what I trying to say that the Jnana Marga and Karma Marga. Karma Marga, if you do, you will attachment towards the material things. Jnana Marga, it allows you to detach from the material things. But Bhakti Marga, that is what I am trying to fulfill now. Let's keep it in last, that Karma Marga, Jnana Marga, Bhakti Marga. The Karma Marga, fourth verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained, and Jnana Marga, that you should derive knowledge to where you to be situated, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said in fourth last two lines also, in the fifth verse last two lines also. So what is your position? To be in Bhakti Marga. So be in Bhakti Marga, what you have to do? It is not something detachment from the material things, attachment to Krishna and all. So Bhakti is not a detachment or attachment. Please note it down. Bhakti is not simply detachment or attachment. Bhakti is commitment. It is not attachment from the lotus feet of Krishna, or attachment towards Krishna consciousness, and detachment from the material world. It's about not attachment, not detachment. It is completely, purely about the commitment you given to Krishna. That is called Bhakti Marg. If that is the only qualification we should have. So are you ready to commit yourself to Krishna, to be in the Bhakti Marg? That is the question. Okay? So, I told the qualification is Bhakti Marg. It's about your commitment. And one more important thing also there. What is that? Is approval. Whether you are qualified or not, somebody should approve who is in line with Krishna. That is called Guru. Guru has to approve whether you qualified or not. Then only you will get the things from Krishna to do bhakti in the Bhakti Marga. So something called approval also needed. Okay. So what is the qualification? First and foremost qualification is being in the association of devotees. Being in the association of devotees. And trying to be yourself, always be committed in Krishna consciousness. Do things which pleases Krishna. Rishikesha Semana. Bhakti Rupchate. Saying your senses has to be pleased. You have to please Krishna's senses. Then your bhakti will be happening. So that's what people say, that Krishna Anushilanam. You have to commit towards Krishna consciousness. What pleases Krishna. That is called bhakti. So people will have so many definitions about bhakti. They are all here and there. They have, but the clear definition for bhakti is devotional service. Devotional means your feeling. Service means your action. So you have to commit yourself with feeling towards Krishna, not emotionally, not sentimentally, but feelings towards Krishna, feeling towards Krishna by doing action which leads to Krishna. That is called devotional service towards Krishna. Right? So what are the first qualification is commitment, being in the devotees association. I don't want to have a non-devotees association much. I have to give association to bring them Krishna consciousness. That's the way we can associate. But don't take their association going and being with them. That is not correct for your Krishna consciousness. Then commit yourself of doing your qualified quality time for doing Japa, our Hare Krishna Mahamantra Japa. We have to have a platform of chanting Hare Krishna mantra every day. We are already having. So trying to contribute yourself there, and we can chant together. We can chant together. We can share the glories of the holy name. It really helps us in the association of devotees. When we chant, our quality chanting will be improved slowly, gradually. So that is the qualification number 1. I am having one more qualification also to show your strong commitment. Commitment means bhakti, right? What is the second one? Is reading Bhagavad Gita as it is every day and following the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, instruction of Krishna in any form. It's from the Bhagavatam, it's from Krishna, from Bhagavad Gita. Wherever Krishna is giving some instruction to follow, trying to follow that. So for that you have to read what is there in Shastra. Right? When you are taking the path of spiritual life, there is two things is very important. That you have to adapt your parents here. Okay? The parents who gave your body, they're your bodily parents. But when you are taking the spiritual life, you have to choose your parents. Who's that parent? First we'll address father. Your spiritual father is none other than your guru. You have to find a bona fide spiritual master. And where I'll go for mother? Your spiritual mother is Shastra. Your Granthas, your scriptures. You have to take shelter of scriptures. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and so many volumes Prabhupada wrote as 80 volumes of books is available. Only Prabhupada, our founder Acharya. We have to try to read and understand that. And he is very good at giving examples, analogies. With that he is trying to explain us. So with that examples, we should understand the philosophical points and we'll implement in our day-to-day life. Okay? So I want to introduce you for this commitment is the Chad. Bhagavad Gita Chad. Chad means chapter a day. Chad. So if you really wants to show your commitment, qualification, this is your commitment you have to show. Daily, only shloka with meaning. If possibly 15 slokas with meaning or 20 slokas in meaning. Full chapter, sometimes we cannot complete. So you can keep like that. 15 slokas, 25 slokas. And every day should read. Chapter a day. Probably it is a chapter. So if you don't have time to sit and read, at least 20 slokas. We have to sit and read and you have to chant the Sanskrit a sloka recitation, it should be habituated to your tongue. Then simultaneously read the meaning of the sloka also. So this is a good habit. When you do this chant according to per days, like chanting one chapter a day, 80 days you will cover whole Bhagavad Gita. There is an app called Chat app. It is available in our Google Play Store. So you can download that. In that, if you put the how many slokas if I do, I will complete Bhagavad Gita. Per day, this many pages if I read, how many days I will complete all Bhagavad Gita. That calculation it gives. So read slokas, translation purpose. At 20 minutes, I can complete some 2-3 slokas, which sloka translation purport. Like that, you have to committedly, if you read, you will complete Bhagavad Gita very fast. We are doing Bhagavad Gita sessions also. It really helps for that. So you have to prepare, you have to do homework for that. So I want this 2 commitment, being with the Devotees Association, chanting Hare Krishna with the Devotees Association, then chapter a day. Read Bhagavad Gita chapters a day. That's what I give, chapter a day. We can reduce it, slokas a day. We can try to improve that. That will, you can show the commitment towards the spiritual path. Then the approval from Prabhupada, it will happen. So that you will get Bhakti. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam ki, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Jai. Hare Krishna.